So look out. All right. No one say your credit card number. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna start. Let me just make sure I've got this centered just like so we can see every detail here. And so why don't we come to okay, why don't we come to standing here for a moment on your mat. And if this is your first time standing up today, here we go, muy bien. See if you just roll out of bed and you're ready to start saying buenos dias, we'll start saying buenos dias con los pies, with your feet. So let's lift one foot and then set it down. I want you to just start paying attention to the sensations in the bottom of your feet. Toe ball, heel ball, toe as you lift. Good. And then, so something that I've been thinking about a lot is that sturdy base in your feet helps us find sturdiness through the knees and then the hips. When those lower joints are protected, active, awake, then you have a better base for your spine. And then last but not least, that big heavy head that sits at the top of the spine. So really we're just building that connection, holding the head from the toes into the floor. All right, so now I want you to pause, keep your feet down, and then just shift your weight a little bit side to side. Notice if you get a little stretch there, maybe through the Achilles. Good. I want you to focus as you shift your weight, putting the weight in one heel and send it back. Put the weight in the other heel and send it back. So that's where our focus is for just a moment. Notice when you put the weight in the heel, you tend to fall into the arch and the outer foot less. Good. So let's see if we can find our weight grounded, centered, hands to your hips, and then just move your thighs back and take a little bend. So we're going to move the thighs back. Good. And then once again, push into the heels as you lift. Good. So if it feels nice to kind of slide the hands down the thighs, go there. Good. And you can kind of really feel that movement back. Let's try this one more time. So let the thighs hang back here for a moment and let one arm come up alongside the ear and then back. Opposite arm up. I want you to focus on not shifting the weight, but keeping the weight steady in both feet as your limbs are becoming asymmetrical. The arms, los brazos se están moviendo. Good. And then take un brazo a tu lado. Same thing, you want to just feel the humerus bone float out and not feel a shift in the torso. Let's take two arms forward. Let's take two arms wide. Bueno, dos brazos adelante, dos brazos anchos. Dos brazos adelante, dos brazos anchos. Good. So now we're going to pause with the arms out and then lightly once again push through the heels. Empujamos por los talones. Good. And then we'll take the arms, brazos ancho. Same thing, just move the thighs back a little deeper. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's inhale, take your arms up. Y estiramos un lado. Good. Vamos a hacerlo otro lado. So you're going to stretch over to the opposite side. So now feeling your hips as an anchor and a reach through your rib cage that you're going to keep going there through your brazos, por los brazos. Good. And then from here, let's follow that around. So I'm going to start just taking a little sweep. Good. And when you feel yourself push through the center, get those feet right underneath you. Use the power in your feet to bring yourself up. You can go right back the way you came, pushing through the feet to come all the way up. And then let's change the direction. Good. Push, push, push all the way up. So now your two arms overhead. I want you to pull elbows in, codos a tu lado, while you lift one foot off of the floor. Remember, go to the center of your supporting heel. Set the foot down. Toe ball heel is the brazos. Your arms move up. And then vamos a subir una pierna. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, brazos arriba. Exhale, push through the foot to lift. Because you're just trying to negotiate a healthy relationship with gravity, right? Pushing through the heel, feeling the hamstring supporting you. Beautiful. Good. And then what I try to remind myself to do when I lose my balance, instead of flopping or flailing, just slow down and get right back into what are the sensations I'm hoping to work on. The heel pushing down, the opposite leg floating up. Good. So now we're going to just take your feet a little bit wider, press your palms into one another, and shift the weight into each leg. So you're kind of getting, again, a little blood flow, good synovial fluid, etc., moving through the joints before we start doing a lot of other bigger, more complicated things. Good. Hold this bend in the knees and then take a sweep of the tailbone. So it's like you're drawing little circles there. Take that around the other way. Good. Still paying attention to where and how you're holding weight in your feet. Now we're going to pause with your tailbone in your center. Let's sweep the fingertips just back as the knees bend. Inhale, come all the way up. And then I want to try that again. Reach the fingertips back, perhaps even together, almost like you're going to do a big splash of water, salpicando con agua. Good. Brazos arriba. Reaching back, so that deep reach back kind of helps me stretch my low back all the way up. Good. Long spine. And again, now we're working on strengthening our glutes and hamstrings and kind of opening the hips, estirando la espalda baja. Good. All right, let's pause next time with our arms up in the air in un X. You're just making an X. Keep the hips steady and then reach across the body. So inhale, arriba, expira para cruzar. You're going to inhale to come up and exhale to cross. Inspirando arriba, expirando, cruzando el cuerpo. Inspirar arriba, expirar, cruzando. Good. So let's hold that X once again. Bring your hands behind the head. Abrimos el pecho. You're going to open your chest. Good. Take a big breath. Good. Inhale, stretch. Take the two arms out and forward, and now dos manos detrás de ti. Two hands behind you. Exhale, la cabeza abajo. So this time now we're stretching sort of through the backs of the arms. Oh, por los antebrazos, por las palmas, por los hombros. Good, and then doblamos un poco las rodillas. You bend the knees a little bit just to come up. Very nice. So voy a girar. I'm going to turn myself towards my right leg. So feel free to mirror me or go opposite. Good. And from here, I'm going to just begin with a little bend through my front knee. Two hips facing the same direction. Feel your torso recta. So torso, your head, cabeza is right over your tailbone. Good. Muy bien. Una pausa. So a little pause. Lift your front heel. Good. And then set it down. Lift the ball of the foot. Set it down. Just try that a couple times with the front heel. Arriba. Y ahora la planta. One more time. Good. And then from here, let's take your two arms, stretch them forward. Let your spine, so the spine is going to reach forward as the hips pull slightly back. Good. Keep the weight really grounded through that front heel as you reach forward a stretch. And exhale back. Estirando adelante. Exhale back. One more time. Estirando adelante. Good. And now from here, let the hands just move to the low back. And you'll pull the tailbone down. Take the top of the head up. And then sweep the two arms up. Take your gaze or your thumbs really into your gaze. Warrior one. Good. And now from here, bring the palms right in front of your chest, interlacing the fingers. Reach your rib cage back for a moment. Good. And then we'll put our hands on our chest, manos en el pecho, y vamos a cambiar. So you're going to just change the position of the 2 feet, the knees. And now the opposite leg is forward. And let's begin just waking up. So what we're trying to find is this a vertical shin each time the knee bends. So it's not going to go beyond your talon. So the knee doesn't bend beyond the heel. And you just want to feel that doblar y estirar. Doblar, estirar through por la rodilla. Good. Now we're going to hold. Again, your hips facing forward. When the heel comes up, talón arriba y abajo. La planta del pie, the ball of the foot, arriba y abajo. Good. So try that a couple times. Just waking up your calf and also those little muscles on the outsides of the ankles. Muy bien. So through this bend, now I'm going to take my 2 arms, stretch and reach forward. Let my spine extend, then push back with the heel to come up. So voy a estirar adelante y ahora empujo por el talón para subir. So bajo así, empuja así. Come down and then yo empujo. One more time. Good. From here, let's go ahead and move back down. Hold that weight. And then bring your hands for a moment just here to your lumbar. Feel you could even take a hand to your tailbone. And feel the tailbone move down. Feel the sternum move up. And then we can take your brazos arriba, pulgares arriba. Good. Stretch in this warrior one. Couple big breaths. Good. And then from here, bring your palms right in front of your heart. Reach your rib cage back. So really stretch entre los omoplatos. Good. And then I'm going to step my back foot in and just turn it around. So now I'm going to face the other way. So inhale, hands at the front of the hips. Exhale, reach the thighs back and down. Push through the feet, coming right back up. So inhale down. Exhale up, 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. This time we're going to hold on the way down and take your hands first to the thighs. Cabeza y cóccix arriba. Y ahora abajo and now down. Inspirando arriba, stretching up. Expirando abajo, taking it down. This time, hold the spine in extension and take your hands now to your shin bones. So instead of rounding in the back, really reach the tailbone back, the head up. One arm, un brazo adelante, y ahora abajo. Otro brazo adelante, y ahora abajo. So take one arm and then the other. Good. Just waking up that sense of extension through the shoulders, steadiness through the low body. Good. And then you can bend the knees back and extend the 2 arms forward. Move some weight towards your hands. So from here, we'll walk it back or walk it out, right? Hold and lift. So feel steadiness in the shoulder as you lift. Other side, reaching out. Reach to the heel of the hand, pushing back. Good. And then let's get where you can push evenly through 2 hands. Take the tailbone up. And then vamos a mover el cóccix abajo. So arriba y abajo. With your tailbone here, just kind of getting a little waking up through your low back. Good. So now we're going to pause with the tailbone lifted and exhale. Let the knees come to the mat for just a moment and cat-cow. Good. So again, just feeling all that disc articulation, vertebra articulation here. Good. From here, take the tailbone up and the codos abajo. So your elbows down, push and lift. So get another big estiramiento. Good. Feel yourself release the neck. Vamos a manejar el cuello. Good. Exhale. 2 knees down, 2 palms up. Lift the hips. Stretch the heels now away from your tailbone and slowly walk your hands derecha, izquierda, derecha until you are up once again. So the weight has moved from the hands to the feet. Empujamos los pies, you'll push the feet down. Exhale, lift up. So now I'm going to step some weight into my right foot and take my left foot a little forward. Again, hands at the hips. Exhale, vamos a subir la pierna. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Arriba y abajo. Good. So now bend and take the knee toward your isquion, your sitting bone. Tap and kick back. Tap, kick back. 3 más. Tap, kick back. Tap, kick back. Tap, kick back. Good. Now see if you can move the knee joint back. 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Good. Exhale. Step the left foot forward. You're a little bit more now in the mat. So then the first thing we'll do is take the right leg, let it sweep forward. Exhale. Vamos a subir 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. So now from here, I'm going to pull my heel up, reach toes forward. Pull my heel up, reach toes forward. So you're stretching, extending forward, and then pulling the heel up towards the sitting bone. 2. Now, última vez. Now pull the heel up, talón al isquion. 5 y 4 y 3 y 2 y 1. Good. Step that foot forward. And now you're at the other side of the mat. So we're going to inhale, stretch, reach your 2 arms up. And exhale, vamos a bajar, lowering your tailbone, lengthening your spine, hands underneath you. Step the right foot and the left foot back, moving through a plank. Now lift the tailbone all the way up. This time, hold the right leg where it is and lift the left. Now you'll bend the knee, lift the knee, hair higher up. And then from here, vamos a empujar, you'll push. Take your left foot forward, push the right foot into the floor. Inhale, find a warrior 1. From this warrior 1, open the arms into a Y shape. And then a few times we're going to let el brazo derecho flota al muslo izquierdo. So it's just a tap and a lift. Remember, keep the weight anchored through that bottom heel. Will you come down and up, down and abajo y arriba. Good. So now hold. Maybe letting this elbow reach to the thigh as you reach your hips back. Good. Perhaps now take the hand to the ankle. And we're going to reach the femur bone back in the hip socket. Rotate the bottom rib cage underneath you. Top arm up. Parivrita. Good. And now you can lift that back heel if you like. Take the top arm over the ear. Big stretch. Good. And then we're going to place 2 hands down for a moment. Let the back knee float down. Estirando el esternón adelante y arriba. Very nice. So now from here, I'm going to push my 2 hands into the floor, lift the hips, step my front foot back. Good. Walk my hands towards my feet. Right, left, right. Push through the feet, bring myself up, turn it around, try that on the other side. So do that same secuencia, otro lado. Brazos arriba. Good. Y ahora estiramos los brazos atrás, stretch the arms back, your head forward. Nos ponemos manos en el tapete, hands on the mat, lift up for a moment. Exhale, gather your weight there, stepping back into a plank. Muy bien. Now from your plank, let the hips rise up. And then from here, you're going to let the right leg lift, lift, lift. So the hips stay steady as the leg comes up. Doblamos la rodilla, bend the knee. And exhale, move the hips back. Vamos a mover la cadera atrás para poner el pie derecho. So put the right foot behind your hand. Push into the back heel. And from there, slowly. So I'm pushing right here through both heels to let my weight rise up. And then I'm going to cruzar. Good. Mover los brazos into an X. Cruzar. Move the brazos. So remember, your hips reach back. And you're really supporting your rib cage through your abdominal muscles. Good. Dos. Y let's take a little pausa here. Take a little pause. Now this hand can slowly slide down to your tobillo. And I'm going to reach the sitting bone back. Good. Once I've reached the sitting bone back, then my rib cage can rotate. Puede rotar de abajo. That arm can come up. Beautiful. You can bend the front knee, top arm over the ear. Good. We'll take that hand down. Other hand down to that back knee can float to the floor. So allow the torso to move in, the spine to arch, and get a stretch in the hip. Good. Let's push into the back foot to lengthen up and out. Exhale, reaching that weight back. And then we'll push into our feet. These are my hands, manos. Derecha, izquierda, derecha. Until we are back standing. Take a second. Opposite hand and elbow. Sway slowly. Con la columna, you're going to just go left side to side. And then empujamos por los pies. You push through the feet to bring yourself all the way back up through standing. Good. So let's just try, while we're in that parallel hips mode, a couple little standing poses, and then we'll move on and do external hips. So I'm going to begin by taking just my left leg up as I push my right foot into the floor. Good. So the right heel. El talón derecho. And then if you like, grab onto the big toe. Inhale, and then vamos a extender. You can extend this knee if you like. Good. Now keeping the hips underneath you, can stretch the leg to the side. Good. Now vamos a doblar. You're going to bend the knee, foot to the thigh. Take the two arms, brazos, adelante, afuera. Good. All right. And then yesterday I tried to start doing this. We'll see how it goes. So you can grab back onto the foot, extend, reach it forward, release. Exhale. Now just rock the weight a little bit right and left por cada pie. Good. So if anything felt like it got tight or stiff or awkward, we're just going to kind of let it all move out. Y bueno, desde aquí, push into the opposite foot now, and then you'll let this leg lift. Good. So again, try to feel those sensations through a steady leg. You can grab onto the big toe. You can extender la pierna, you can extend the leg. You can let the leg move to the side. You can move, if you'd like, the foot to the thigh, pie al muslo. Good, and if you lose your balance, put the foot down and try again. Good, you can bring your brazos adelante, afuera. Oh, okay. And then I'll try this, finding the big toe, extending the leg, reaching it back, releasing. Good, exhale, now just rock the weight just a little bit. And again, your tailbone can circle around. Good. All right, so now once again, I'm gonna step. This is my left side facing the ordenador, computadora. Bring your brazos adelante, pulgares atrás, tailbone down, and take a good long mountain pose. And now from here, vamos a bajar otra vez. You'll take the thighs, reach them back. And then I'm going to step my right foot, left foot back, lift my tail, find a little down dog here. From here now, I'm going to raise the right leg up, doblar la rodilla, and then open the knee behind me. And then voy a colocar mi pie detrás de la mano. So I'm going to put my foot behind my hand, turn my back toes out, sweep, voy a mover el brazo arriba. Good, and here we are, warrior 2. Carrera 2. Good, so now feel the knee bend right over your talón. Rodilla sobre talón. And then mano, your other hand, pull it on to your left hip, pull that hip back. And then see if you can take that collarbone, your opposite collarbone, down. Good. Brazos afuera, check your neck. ¿Cómo está el cuello? Good, and then I'm going to reach my body away from the knee. Y voy a bajar. Now I'm going to lower down, top arm over the ear. Good, voy a subir otra vez. Voy a estirar la rodilla, so stretch the knee. And now move the hips in opposition to the ribs. So, cadera atrás, costillas adelante, brazos abajo. Good. So just continuing to breathe here. If it feels nice, little circle on that top arm. Good. And then you can bend the bottom knee. Feel the sitting bone come right underneath you. Top arm up. Utthita Hasta, Parsvottanasana. Good. Now we'll move the top hand to the hip. Straighten the bottom knee, bend your back knee, and now step that foot underneath you just a little bit. Walk your opposite hand out into the floor, and then as you feel supported and ready, lift the left back leg, la pierna izquierda, y ahora el brazo. Good, and then we're going to sort of do the reverse of this. Doblando la rodilla, bend the knee, setting it down, push through the feet. Good, and then we'll take a big step to the opposite side of the mat. Vamos a hacer esta secuencia, otro lado. Okay, brazos arriba, pulgares atrás, cóccix abajo. Good, doblamos las rodillas. And then brazos adelante, arms forward. Step it back, plank. Good, so from your plank, let the tailbone guide you up. Good, tailbone rises, rises, rises. And from here, la pierna izquierda, la pierna izquierda, vamos a subir. So the left leg, and then open, 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 estirando la cadera. So you're stretching the hip a little bit with gravity there. Good. Y desde aquí, let's put the left foot, el pie izquierdo, detrás de la mano izquierda. It's your mano izquierda. So put that foot on the floor and then Your brazo arriba, arriba. Good, here we are, warrior two. So let's check our bones. The knee, rodilla sobre el talón. The knee is over the heel. The opposite hip is reaching back. La cadera apuesta hasta alcanzando atrás. Good, hands at your ribs, manos en las costillas. And pull the shoulder blade down towards the ribs. Vamos a extender los brazos. Now your chin sobre un hombro y sobre otro. Muy bien. Y desde aquí, so now from here, we're gonna let this, actually vamos a estirar. We're gonna reach away from that front leg. Good. Y ahora vamos a poner el codo en el muslo. Good. And let this armpit, your axila, está estirando hacia el cielo. Good. Desde aquí vamos a bajar otra vez. So now let this arm come down. Voy a estirar la rodilla. So I'm going to stretch my knee. And then voy a bajar. Voy a subir este brazo. Take that arm up. Trikonasana. Muy bien. Checking in your neck. Puedes mirar en el pulgar arriba. So you can look at your top thumb. Y tu meñique abajo and your bottom pinky. Good. And then from here, vamos a doblar otra vez. So when the knee bends, reach the hips back. And then top arm sobre la oreja. So your arm is over the ear. And then otra vez puedes mirar en el meñique. So now once again, you can look at your pinky finger. Good. Desde aquí, bring that hand back to the hip. Reach some weight back and then step the back foot in. And then once again, you'll take the hand out. And vamos a subir la pierna. Good, so be in your left heel. Be in both heels here. Un talón flotando, otro talón empujando en el piso para crear estabilidad por todo el cuerpo. That pushing down of the heel creates stability through the whole body. Muy bien. Vamos a bajar la pierna, so lower the leg. Good. And then push through both feet. Empujamos para subir. Muy bien. Dos piernas juntas. Take a little reach, relax of your back. Cola, todo, todo, todo. So now let's try a couple little other forms of balance. So I'm going to lift. This is my left heel coming up. You again, mirror me, go opposite. It all works. And try this a few times. So what I'm going to do is take the outside metatarsal bone, my fifth metatarsal, to the outside of my fibula. Good. And I'm kind of squeezing those two bones together. From here, you can take brazos arriba. Y vamos a hacerlo otra vez. Good. Let's take that leg down. Sacude, sacude, sacude la cadera. And then vamos a hacerlo otro lado. So we're going to do that on the other side. After you shake your hips. Esta es la cosa más importante. So now vamos a subir la pierna. Good. And then see if you can hook that fifth metatarsal, el quinto hueso del pie, allá en la espinilla. So while you're hooking the foot, I want you to pull the opposite hip back, right? So those two actions are going to help us engage, stretch, be in the outsides of the legs. Okay, so when you're done doing that, we're going to go back to the other side. Lift, vamos a subir la pierna, and then we'll stretch it all the way around. So if you can hook the big toe now to the inside of the shin, otro lado de la espinilla, while you're pulling the hip bones back. Good. And then you could take your hands here, adelante. You could cruzar los brazos with your whichever arm on top really doesn't matter too much. Exhale, vamos a abrir los brazos and then undo the legs. Take a little in and out through the cadera. Good. And then let's try, vamos a intentar Gurudasana, Gurudasana. On the other side, subiendo la pierna, cruzando las piernas, moviendo la cadera atrás. And then remember, you gotta push through that bottom heel. Just leave your hands on the hips. If that's the expression of the pose, la expresión de la postura que está mejor para ti. And cruzando los brazos. Abriendo los brazos, abriendo las piernas. Good, okay, I feel better. Muy bien, vamos a poner, let's put our manta in the center of your mat. Y a ver, ahora, okay, está bien. So let's do a little bit of baby back bends and we'll take that into some other things. So from the back of my mat, I've got my blanket there in the center. I'm gonna take my feet, turn my toes out as wide as my mat, más o menos. And then I'm gonna take a little practice before I do anything else. Taking my tailbone down and then letting my elbows and my thighs are dropping. And then my brazos, my arms are kind of pushing into my muslos, my thighs. And then I'm gonna push abajo, abajo, abajo. And then estirar arriba. So take the tailbone down. And then vamos a bajar, bajar. Good. So I love doing this because it's about discovering release, relax, and also stretch. So you're feeling some stretch there through your músculos, through your joints, and strength, right? Mucha fuerza para empujar abajo. Good. Vamos a hacerlo otra vez. And so empujamos por los pies y estirar arriba, arriba, arriba. Good. And then, so we're gonna do that one more time, lowering down. Good. And then from here, vamos a estirar afuera los brazos. And then I'll bring my knees to my manta. And then let's take your right leg, the left leg back. Rodillas atrás, so take the knees back. Now your hips down and find a little Bhujangasana. So press, empujando por las manos. Good. Estirando el cuello, stretching your neck por la cabeza, lado y lado. Good. Now your chin, barbilla arriba y abajo. Good. And then from here, let's just slowly lower down. So you're articulating each bit of vertebra. Good. Once you're here, pull the elbows off of the floor, pull the palmas, your palms off of the floor, pull your elbows juntos, your codos juntos, and then lift the two legs. I'm subiendo las piernas. And then you'll bring your hands to your low back, la espalda baja, doblamos las rodillas. Take your hands, if you like, to your tobillos, and then let's lower the head. So 5 breaths, getting the knees to stretch a little closer together. Good. Good, now lift the head, la cabeza, y los muslos, the head and the thighs. Good, Navasana. Muy bien, estirando afuera. So you're going to stretch your 2 legs out, and then brazos adelante, brazos, your arms forward. Good, subiendo, subiendo, muy bien. Now we'll push our palms down, curl your 10 toes under, lift, lift, lift. Stretch your head into the floor, take the tailbone up. Good, so coccyx arriba, cabeza abajo. Beautiful. So now if you've got your blanket here and it's all feeling good, press your arm bones into the floor. Vamos a entrelazar las manos. So you can interlace the fingers, los dedos de las manos, here on the mat. Push your antebrazos down. So you all remember we talk about headstand as a thing that happens in stages. So este es un fase. So pull the elbows in, and then vamos a estirar los dedos abajo. So take your toes down and lift your hips up. So this might be a phase for you that you want to stay in for a little bit. Or if it's feeling good, practice lifting one foot off of the floor and the other foot, un pie y otro. But I want you to make sure your weight doesn't shift in your hips. Because again, this is buena práctica. All of it's good. And then you can take the top of the head down, really push the forearms evenly, por la derecha, por la izquierda. And then from there, lift your two legs. If you're lifting legs, then you can take your knees, puedes llevar las rodillas sobre la cadera. Good. So you could just be here for a little while. And then if you can really feel the backs of the legs engage, los femorales, los glúteos, puedes estirar las piernas arriba. So you can take the legs up. Good. Muy bien. Y vamos a respirar, respirar. So the whole journey, el camino es la terapia. The journey is the therapy, right? That's what's good for the body, is this whole process, el proceso de encontrar una postura. So the process of finding a pose. Vamos a estirar afuera las piernas if you'd like. Empujamos los pies en el piso. And then you can doblar la cabeza. So now from here, flexionando el cuello, bending, stretching, extendiendo el cuello. And then I'm going to take a little move. I'm just going to take my hands to one side of my mat to the right, and then I'm going to bring the opposite hip down. Voila. And we'll work a little bit on a Navasana. So inhale, stretch, estiramos el torso adelante. So stretch your torso forward. Everybody check your neck. No inversion should ever feel like aggression on your body. So we've always got to make sure we're working in the phase that's right for us. So let's exhale, sit it up, and then scoop your belly deep. So when I say scoop your belly deep, what I mean is the muscles, los músculos aquí están funcionando. They're the ones that are working. You haven't hinged into the back to do this. So let's try that with that intention. Feel those fibers at the front of the ribs connected to the hips. Then lift a leg. Then take your two brazos afuera. 5 respiraciones, 5 breaths. Good. Let's lower that leg. Stretch, reach up. So move your torso. Vamos a mover el torso adelante otra vez. Good. Nos sentamos arriba. Sitting up. Now reach back through these muscles here at the front of the ribs. And then vamos a subir la pierna. Lift the leg. 5 respiraciones. Good. Setting that leg down. Nos sentamos arriba otra vez. So stretch the thumbs back. And now this time, if you like, bring your thumbs, your pulgares, to the back of your neck. And then we'll interlace those fingers back there. Pull the shoulder blades together. Now take your gaze, your intentions, los abdominales, to back to the abdominals. Let them pull you back slowly. Good. And then exhale, right leg, left leg up. Good. 5 respiraciones. And then you can extend one knee and then the other, keeping the back straight. 5 respiraciones. Good. Bend the knees. From here, I'm going to take my sits bones just in front of my little blanket. And then the hands to the outsides of my feet. Inhale, stretch, reach my, again, sternum adelante. Good. And then I'm going to walk one heel, un talón, otro talón, arriba adentro, bring it in. And from there, sit on the sits bones with my spine long, con una columna larga. You can lift the heels if you like. Vamos a extender una pierna afuera, so you can extend one leg out. Y ahora adentro, otra pierna afuera. Y ahora adentro, dos piernas afuera. Y nos sentamos en los isquillones, so we'll sit on our sitting bones. Muy bien. Estirando la columna, stretching the spine. Y las piernas, and also the legs. Good. Vamos a bajar. So take the feet out. And then your hands here to the outsides of the feet. Manos al borde de los pies. And then vamos a bajar. We're going to lower down. 5, 4, y 3, y 2, y 1. Bueno, so now from here, si quieres, pull your abdominales adentro, and then let the two legs come up for a moment. So now just take a couple little light circles through the hips. And then actually want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana today. So bend the knees. Feel the heels right there in line, alineados con los isquiones. And then push la cadera arriba, push the hips up. Muy bien. Walk your shoulder blades all the way together. Super bien. And now from here, vamos a bajar. You can lower your pelvis down. Vamos a estirar. Take your arms up. And then you can bend so that the hands come to the floor just in front of your shoulders, adelante de los hombros. And then push through the feet, empujamos por los pies. From there, see if you can push once again, lifting the pelvis, coming onto the top of the head. If that's all going great, empujamos y vamos a subir. Take 10 breaths here. And then you can lower the head down. Y después la pelvis, then the pelvis. Good. And then let's just let the legs cross the midline, get a stretch, a little twist. Vamos a hacer la otra dirección. We'll do it the other way. Girando la columna. Good. Y otra vez aquí. So now we're going to try a little Urdhva Dhanurasana. So I'm going to push my arms down. This is so important in this pose. So the anchoring of the upper body. So I want you to try right here with your arms at your side, brazos en tu lado. Push just your elbows down and let the humerus bones come up. So what you should feel for about 5 breaths is only the head and the tailbone are on the floor. Your chin is moving in a little. Should feel that work. Those are your triceps and the backs of the arms. Also your latissimus, todo eso. All those músculos en la espalda y los brazos. So now set that down and press that firm into the floor. Good. So now your knees lift up. And you can find a comfortable way, maybe putting a prop underneath your pelvis, to push down with the arms as you take your legs into a halasana. A couple different ways to practice halasana today, if you like. Turn the tops of the feet over and kind of relax the low back. Good. So that's just giving you a little extra stretch in that area. And then to get ready for Sarvangasana, curl the toes back into the floor, walk the shoulder blades together. And this action, I think, is so important. Push your elbows down and then lift the forearms. Take the hands to the hips and then take the hips to the hands. As the legs, you can bend the knees, doblando las rodillas, And then stretch, estirando las rodillas arriba. So now you're in what's called Viparita Karani, which is a prep for headstand. Shoulder stand, que digo yo. So to move more into a proper shoulder stand, we're going to lift the thighs, the legs, over your rib cage. And the heels pull back as the thigh bones lift. So you feel front of the legs as you spread the toes, backs of the legs as you lift the thighs. Good. 2, 3 más respiraciones. And now you can let the hips move back. Dedos en el piso, toes to the floor. Y vamos a bajar, bajar, bajar. Lower all the way down. Good. Let's try Matsasana. So empujamos los codos en el piso. So push your elbows once again. Like we did, now you'll come onto the top of the head. Feet can go to the floor or you can extend. Vamos a extender las piernas. Good. Doblamos las rodillas. Bend the knees. Open the knees. Relax your head back down. Good. And just give yourself a little moment to relax in Suparakanasana. Just start to pay attention to where tu cuerpo está conectando con el piso. Where is your body connected to the floor? Podemos estirar las piernas atrás and you stretch the legs out. Y vamos a dejar los muslos aquí. And your palms facing up. Con los ojos cerrados. With your eyes closed. Vamos a seguir. Encontrando la ondulación de la respiración. So trying to find that undulation of breath. Relajando la lengua, la frente, relaxing your tongue, your forehead. Músculos de la cara, the muscles of your face, más suave, they soften. Y cuando estés listo, puedes empezar moviendo un poco los dedos de la mano, dedos del pie, haciendo circulitos, making circles with your muñecas, your wrists, también los tobillos. Estiramos por los brazos y también por las piernas, so stretch through the arms and the legs. Y vamos a girar un lado, so you're going to turn to one side. Empujamos para subir otra vez, lifting up. Y nos sentamos con las manos juntos. Ok, todo el mundo. Tu práctica es un regalo. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Disfruta el día. Enjoy your day. Namaste.